All right, we're staying on weapons. We now have the nunchucks out. The proper name, Nunchaku. Please be advised, there's no M in the word nunchuck. First thing I tell my students, if you want to learn the nunchucks, you got to be able to pronounce it right. So, Nunchaku. Again, not a fighting instrument, but a farm tool used to beat grain down to smaller dust-like. And then, of course, if you look at this pair, it is round. That is the non-traditional. Traditional is the octagon shape. The octagon shape was designed to be in the center hub of the wagon wheel as a wagon wheel tightener. So you put it in there, kind of like a wrench, like a hex wrench. So
no question now. So were there different sizes of these?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Different sizes, the different shapes. Obviously, they didn't have chain.
Right.
They had string, which again, the traditional would actually be octagon with string.
Wow.
We graduated chain. I like them this way because again, they're a little heavier for training.
Right.
If you feel the difference between yours and these, rattan is much lighter.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if I were doing these in a tournament, I did them a couple times early on in a tournament, I would practice with these and then grab the rattan, so that way I was I get a little more smoother, faster with the lighter nunchuck.
Right.
All right, so that's the background on it.
Okay.
When you're dealing with a weapon that has a chain or string, we control it from the tip.
Okay.
You want to think of it like a pencil. It's going to go where I tell it to go. So if I go that way, it's going to go that way. If I want to do a figure eight, it's my wrist, and I'm making a figure eight with the tip. And then I catch. There you go. And I catch on the downswing. Yep, just like that. So when you're doing the nunchuck, you don't want to start doing this because you get your fingers. You want to have it right here, open up the hand, and let it come right to you.
Like that.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, if it comes over, it comes right in. See how it kind of nestles right in there?
Yeah. So hand open.
Yep. So you'll almost do like a little C. That's a little C grab. So that again, it can go right in there, and you grab both of them. There you go. And out, down. There you go. Out, up. So watch. I want it so when it's outside of my body, and it comes in. So on the up, in, you're gonna pull it in. That's it. That's it. That was it though. On the down. On the down. Now there it is. Yeah. Now you see, it wanted to come to you, and you reach for it.
All right.
So it'll remember it's on a chain, so it's gonna come right back to where it started from. All right. So like for example, one of the moves we have, if I'm here on the camera, one of my moves we have is actually a throw out. It's right there. So again, we want to hold on to it because we're hitting with the tip of it, and then it goes right into the motion. So it actually the tip, the bottom becomes a striking surface. All right. So it's not just we use it in other moves, but it's for example, if we're doing uninterrupted motion and we want to go from a dead stop, we throw them out and we go right into it. And then there you go. That's it. See? Now once it comes into it, control it with the tip. There you go. It's you.
It's just this part.
Now we're gonna mess with Ben. Let's use the left hand. Put the left hand.
Man.
Come on. Yeah. Well, that's why there's two of them. There you go. That's it. I love teaching double nunchucks, so we use the left hand. It's like, what? My left hand? Oh yeah, left hand. Yep. Exactly. That was it. No, that was really good. You should have enough velocity on it. See how you had your hand back and you're letting it come? You should have enough velocity to carry it over. That was good. There.
Okay.
Yeah. You also notice I tend to choke up a little more. Everybody's a little different. I tend to be about right in here when I hold my nunchucks. I've seen other people hold it down here. It does not matter. It's a preference. I have it here. I have shorter arms. And okay, so let's try to catch like that. So we do our figure eight. Now on the down, lift our elbow up, tuck it into our armpit. That's it. Now, remember I told you about the tip. So if I want to go to my armpit, I have to point to my armpit.
Point to.
So it comes in, point there. And always try to catch the nunchuck, not the chain. That's it, that's it. Now, there you go. Now, you have to just trap it quicker. Pull down quick, boom. All right? So, let me just show you something real quick. Go ahead and just put it in your arm right there. So, you catch like this is great. The problem is if you catch the chain, relax. Here's your scorpion right here. That'll bite you. So you always want to catch the nunchuck, not the chain, because if you do, it comes up just like that, it will hit you. Yep, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen people smack themselves in the back of the head. So we're doing it, and we're catching right here. Nice, that's it. Now close your armpit faster, boom.
I'm getting it.
So what's learning a new weapon without a little danger?
Oh, God.
So let's get in a horse stance.
Okay. Right.
Here we go. Just the right hand. So we're going to do some groin strikes.
Oh.
So we're going to go down, up, down, up.
So,
Circle down, circle back.
down.
Now don't actually hit yourself in the groin. You want to be right about here. This thing is going to come right about here on the inner thigh, and it's designed to, it should wrap back here. So if I'm in front of you, you'll see the nunchuck. See back there? Mm-hmm. And again, I want to wrap it so it bounces. We want recoil. So that way, if I hit here, I get no recoil. If I hit here, look what happens. It wants to keep going. So we use that recoil to carry up. Recoil to carry up. There you go. Now let the chain hit. There you go. No, let the chain hit. You're going the right direction, but put it right. See where I'm putting it? Yeah, don't hit there. There it is. That's it. See how it wraps? It should hit you. It hit in the back. See? It hits you in the back. Doesn't do anything to you. There you go. Now, when you come up, we want that same recoil. I want to hit right in here, the space between my shoulder and I want to come up. See the recoil I get? If I smack myself, it doesn't do anything. It'll move all over the place. But if I hit here, it gets recoil. It wants to come over. There you go. So elbow up. We go down, up. Let the recoil. Down, up. Get the recoil. There you go. All right, now, so that's the first four. So here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is on your hip. Then 6, 7, and 8.
6.
Good. Now again, you want the nunchuck to wrap. You don't want to beat yourself like this, because that's going to get painful after a while. Okay. And you don't want to do this, because that hurts your back. So you want to have it here. So see, it's not hitting me. It's wrapping and bouncing. It's wrapping and bouncing. And again, we use that recoil so the nunchucks don't stop.
Gotcha.
If I stop, then I got to start them all over again. And that's just kind of silly. So 1, 2, that's it. 3, 4, put it on the hip. Whoop, there you go, shoulder, shoulder. No, from here, bring it straight up the shoulder, and then boom, boom. Nice. I love the concentration. You're like, just don't hit myself, just don't hit myself. Good. Now, to always step up our training and us, let's do the left hand, same thing.
I don't know
Just the
about
left hand. We don't have to do both yet.
So.
There you go. Good.
Boom, 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 boom. What's this?
Don't let that dangle. Hold on to it. That one should be, you should be holding on to that one. Good. There you go. Now, that weight's out of the way. Try it now. Down, up. Down, up. And then on the hip. Oh, on the hip. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. There you go. Now again, when you hit it, see how the nunchuck rides up your shoulder? That's because you're hitting right here on the rounded part, and it's naturally going to go up. So you want to keep it down here. So when it wraps around, it should hit about right here. Because once we go higher, see how it naturally wants to ride up on your shoulder.
Right.
And that's exactly what will happen. And of course, what's over your shoulder is your head.
Yeah. So it's boom, boom.
That's it.
Boom.
Oh. We'll edit that out. There you go. Good. Now, let's see if we can. So you did the figure 8 with your right hand. You've done your figure 8 with the left hand, right?
Yep.
So now we're going to try something tricky. Remember we did that V with the commas?
Yeah.
This is going to be a similar motion, but what we're going to do is we're going to do, to exaggerate the move, a figure 8 around our body. See how I do one circle on my left side, one circle on my right side, right? So I would do the same thing with the left, circle here, circle there. But when we do them together, they chase each other. So like I said, we throw it out, but if you want to just kind of go here and see how I do a circle on each side of the body. And my wrist just switch. Right's on top, left's on top. Right's on top, left's on top. That's it.
I got this.
There you go, that's switch. That's it, good. Good. Now let him swing a little bit harder so you can get the velocity and the nunchucks will stick out. There you go.
I feel like my left hand is not.
And when you look at the video, you're going to see the difference how the left one's dragging.
Yeah,
and that's very common because that's not your dominant hand. So your right hand's like, I got this. Your other hand's like, wait for me.
Yeah.
And it ends up dragging like that. And that's one of the benefits of learning weapons is it forces us to use our eye-hand coordination on both our hands.
Right.
And so that's one
Very
of the reasons.
important. I can see that now.
Yeah. And so it's vital. No different than if you're training and you're in your left fighting stance and all of a sudden you come with southpaw.
True.
What do? Well, depends on how long you're on. You can switch stances and fight like him, or whatever you want to do. So anything that can change you up, make you better.
Right.
And so one of the things we talk about here is we have a good side and a better side. We don't have a good side and a bad side. We have a good side and a better side. Because when we do our stuff down the mat, like you saw earlier, we were a left fighting stance, switch to the right fighting stance. So we go back and forth. So our kids have all of our students have the ability to use either hand. Because what I always tell them is, so if something happened and you broke your arm, you stop training in karate? No, you just gotta learn to deal with one hand. And so it's part of the training that we do, so we understand that we don't have to stop because we're injured. And plus, the odds are when we do self-defense, who gets attacked? It's usually the helpless one. Who's the helpless one? The one on the crutches.
That's true.
The smaller one.
That's true.
And so again, that's why we do our training and say, look, we use everything. We'll use everything because we're ready for anything.
This is awesome, man. This is awesome stuff.